The air smelled of incense and wet earth. My father lay in a polished coffin, but I couldn't look. My brother stepped forward, sharp suit, sharper smile, and the kind of confidence only entitlement breeds. "I deserve it all," he said, voice echoing off the cold stone walls. "I'm his blood. You're just Mom's child from her first marriage." I studied his face. Smug, predatory, completely unaware that the battlefield had already shifted under his feet. "Fine," I said, calm, controlled. "I renounce it. But never contact me for the rest of your life, no matter what." He smirked. "Like I ever would." Lol. 3 months later, the game began. It started with small things, whispers at family dinners, half-finished deals he took credit for, casual lies disguised as concern. At first, I ignored them. I had to. Reacting too soon would ruin everything. Patience became my weapon. I remembered the first time I trusted him. 10 years old, hiding behind a tree, crying because our father was gone for weeks on end. He found me. He offered me his chocolate bar, his hand, his promise. "I'll always be here." I believed him. Foolish. But the memory made the betrayal sharper, a cold knife lodged deep. I noticed patterns, the way he skimmed numbers in accounts that weren't his, the way old family friends whispered when he walked by. He underestimated me. He always did. I never underestimated him. I watched. I mapped. I waited. The evidence came like clockwork. A forgotten email, a misdirected invoice, and a text message I wasn't meant to see. Once she's out of the picture, it's all mine. Lull. I smiled. My pulse stayed steady. Calm doesn't mean powerless. Calm means calculating. I began my moves quietly. Lawyers engaged discreetly. Financial audits initiated under names he wouldn't recognize. Friends I knew he had burned were reminded, subtly, persistently, of his duplicity. Every step I took was invisible to him, yet lethal. I played the long game. I didn't need to rush. The thrill was in watching the trap close without him knowing. Then the day came. A lunch, public enough to be witnessed by mutual acquaintances. He sat across from me, confident, charming, dangerous. I poured my coffee, met his eyes. "I've been thinking," I said slowly, letting each word land, "about what you said at Dad's funeral, about blood, about inheritance." He laughed, a low, nervous chuckle. "Yeah? I don't see a problem here." "I made sure there wasn't one for you," I said. Silence. The pause stretched. I watched as the first flicker of doubt crossed his face. Everything unraveled in minutes. The audits, the redirected assets, the legal clauses he'd never read. Friends who once smiled at his jokes now shook their heads behind him, subtle but undeniable. His deals collapsed quietly but completely, leaving him exposed. He looked at me then, not smug, not confident, vulnerable, angry but helpless. He opened his mouth, and I leaned in, voice low. 3 months. That's all it took. I left him there. His empire, what he thought he had, crumbled. Not with shouting, not with violence, but with the precision of strategy, patience, and restraint. Walking away, I felt lighter than I had in years. Revenge is not just action, it's architecture. It's building a structure so flawless, the betrayer becomes the architect of their own ruin without realizing it. I didn't need him to admit defeat. I didn't need him to beg. I didn't even need him to understand. The lesson was carved in the ruins. My silence was louder than his laughter had ever been. I imagined him now, staring at the remnants of what he thought was his, and I smiled. The world didn't have to witness his downfall. I did. That was enough. And me? I was free. Free from expectation, from resentment, from a shadow he never knew he cast. Blood does not make family. Strategy, restraint, and intelligence make survival. And revenge? Revenge makes peace. I let the past stay buried with him.